What's up, everybody? I hope everyone had a good go skate day yesterday. I know I did. So today I'm doing something that I haven't done for a while, but I was feeling inspired, and we are back building another DIY skate park with the object dropper. But we're doing it on this building specifically. Let me just fly up here for a second. So this rooftop right here, I like the fact that it's quite small. So we're going to try and build a skate park here. So first things first, I want to kind of cover the border with some transition. So I want some quarter pipes, things like that, just so that you can kind of flow around the park easier. Some of my favorite ones are these DIY ones here, because these merge really well with other objects, and I think they just look good because they're, so we can literally throw it in somewhere like this. I'll actually put it closer into the wall like that. Okay, nice. We'll keep this gap open, obviously, because we'll do something with that. And then we also have this nice round one, which, again, you can kind of merge into things and do some pretty interesting stuff with. So we could actually do that. That could be interesting. This is something that I like to use as a bank. It's good to kind of look at objects in different ways. Don't just use them as intended. Try and, like, you know, get creative with it and do some new things with them. And this thing works really nicely as a bank. We got this nice A-frame as well. I want to try and kind of make it so you can, you know, skate from every angle, so I don't really want to block things off. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. You can hit that coming this way, and also you should be able to kind of carve around and get into that way. But I'll probably put some transition here as well, so that that section of it is also skatable. Could even do something like that. But then I want to fill in this gap here with like a little quarter pipe. This little Black River ramps thing is pretty good, because it basically is like, it's pretty much like a mini ramp quarter pipe, and have this here. You know what, honestly, something like this might actually work really well, because we can just hide that. I mean, yeah, okay, it's sticking out a little bit, but we're not going to see that, so it's fine. So I do want to leave a bit of run up so that you can actually hit this. Obviously you need a bit of space, but I also want to throw in something here that you're able to hit, and probably just something like this works pretty well. So a couple of these kind of on the edge here. Stop before the door, just because I think it looks nice if the door still has, like, you still have access to this. Okay, so a couple of those there look pretty nice. Do that all the way across, and then we could do with a little like transition here. That's kind of interesting. I think that definitely works. And then now I want this to kind of go across here somehow. We only have one of those, so I can't use another one. So I might actually use this to do some kind of steeper walls, low enough that it doesn't get in the way of the air conditioning, kind of the top of the air conditioning unit, because I want that to be a gap. Now again, because you can't snap, it's pretty much nearly impossible to get these perfect. Okay, that might work. Then let's actually make these a little bit easier to skate by merging some of these ramps in there. So it looks a bit rough, but it does actually make these a lot easier to skate. Yeah, that works. And then I think I want to add a little bit more transition on this end, so that you can kind of go from here and hit this. Yeah, this kind of works actually. And I'll just add like another one there for good measure. This little lower half is definitely coming together. Okay, so what next? We'll probably be able to use another one of these just to fill in this little section here, because I just don't like leaving parts untouched, you know? I like to kind of add as much as I can. Okay, and I think I might actually put a curb here as well on top of one of these. A little curb just about here. Again, something like this is just perfect to fit in there. I really wish we had one that didn't have this back end, that was just this kind of quarter pipe, but unfortunately this is all we've got to work with. I might get rid of this one though, because I kind of like this ledge, so it'd be nice to have that ledge to skate. And I might even add a little extension to the ledge like this, just a little extra ledge underneath. I'm gonna use this just to add a little bit of a quarter pipe here. So that just fills in that section there, again, just to add to the flow. And now I'm looking at this here, and thinking what we can do with this gap. And I think I want to put like a bigger ramp there, and what we do have is this. And I think if I merge that into here, that could look really good. I don't know how well it would skate coming this way. So you can get up it that way, and then of course go down it like that, which is really nice. And then maybe put like a rail there as well to kind of have like a down rail. I mean, it sort of works. We can make it a little easier by adding one of these kind of little dirt mounds to it as well. We'll see how well that works. I wish you could have stairs, but there isn't any stairs. We can kind of make some though. The Black River Ramps has these, which sort of does work as a stair, and I might actually throw that in there because it does look better. So I feel like getting rid of this, trying to put in some sort of stair set. Is this going to be possible, I wonder? You know what? It looks weird, but I kind of like it. So now we have stairs up here and just a really big stair set. Okay, we're going to change some things up then. We're going to get rid of this. And I guess we're going to get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. We're going to use this as a gigantic stair set. I know it looks pretty janky and pretty horrible, but it is what it is. We're going to use it anyway. We do actually have a down ledge, sort of. Okay, so we have that, and we can use something here as a wall to kind of block that off. Just use these big quarters. They're kind of the closest thing to a wall that we have, I suppose. Just makes it look a little bit tidier, I think. And then add a couple on this side as well. You know what? It's almost believable, right? It's almost kind of works. It looks pretty crazy, but yeah, we're just gonna go with it anyway. No, you know what? I kind of don't want that gap. I'd rather that was like kind of flush with the ground. So we're gonna use one of these big platforms. Oh yeah, I forget we do actually have stairs in the Black River ramps thing, but they're not big enough. I prefer the stairs that we're doing now. But if I can kind of get this flush, yeah, that works. I'll do a ramp here for the ledge so you kind of gap onto it. Might even add a rail to the middle of the ledge. And this one's kind of the perfect size. So just a nice little kind of flat bar down the middle. Okay, this is kind of crazy, but I like it. It's looking pretty good. And look at that, now we have stairs up here as well. And I think I'm going to use another one of these to just continue this on. Try and get it as close to it as possible without causing a little lip. And then I do want this gap as well to work. Use some of these mani pads to fill in the little smaller sections here. So that means that this gap here is still doable. But I'm thinking of potentially doing something different here. This that we can put here. And then we do one in reverse like that. So create like a big kind of box section here. Have this one here. Let's see how well we can line this up. Oh, it's so sensitive. The movement is so sensitive. I hate it. That's fine, I think. It's not perfect. We're definitely going to fill in this as well to give it, you know, an actual wall. You'd probably use these as a wall. It would look pretty good. That kind of looks okay. That looks okay. I'm potentially going to add something here too so you can kind of gap into it. So big surface like this and then just tilting it. So have that like here. And then we'll be able to actually gap into that as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, cool. And then now I feel like I need something to cover this up. Could add this in. That could help a lot. Honestly, probably going to use more of these. These just work really well, I think, for a lot of this stuff. See how flush we can get it to the ledge. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I guess you could grind this ledge and then drop into this. And then purely, again, just to make things look a little bit cleaner, I want to add a ledge kind of in between the seam here just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Blocks that ugly ass seam, and then, yeah, it just looks nicer, to be honest. Okay, well, this is probably one of the craziest things that I've ever built, and it's all pretty much entirely out of Black River ramps objects, which is pretty cool. I'm having some second thoughts about this. Get rid of these real quick, and then just continue these all the way around here. So this entire section is kind of in like a bowl or something. I know that the rails are sticking through there, but it's whatever. I don't care. And then just add some more ramps and stuff to try and kind of make the transition a little bit smoother. I feel like continuing on with this being kind of raised, I just think it looks nice. I think there's like a lot that we can do with it. Okay, and then add... Oh my god, get off, get off. That is definitely sticking up. Okay, that's not going to be super smooth, but it'll do. It'll do. Oh my god, my skater keeps getting caught on it. It's so annoying. I'm going to get one of these, like, double edges, and I'm going to throw this in here. I think that looks pretty good. That works pretty well. Okay, and let's use more of these to continue on with the kind of grind here. And I think it would be nice to add something like this here would be pretty cool. We're pretty much building an entire, like, wooden skate park in this top section, but I think it's pretty cool. All these objects just work really well together. I mean, it's obviously the point. They all come from the same DLC. You know, they're all based off real life Black River ramps fingerboard obstacles, so they all just merge really well together. Let's just use another one of these big stair set ones for the grind here. But so far we have this. We also, I guess, have this ramp then to then hit this into there. So that works well. I'm gonna get rid of this because we're probably not gonna use that anymore. We got this section here filled, which we could probably fill with a ledge, actually, now that I think of it. Something like this would fit really nicely in there. It's like literally the perfect fit. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. So now we also have kind of like a higher part of a ledge there. But so far, it's looking pretty cool. I'm actually really happy with this. I just hope it skates as well as it looks. So I'll probably throw some of these here. And then let's just continue to fill in the grind around us here. Okay, so the reason that I did this is because I think that I can then turn this into a ledge down here. And of course you are going to go straight into that, so you're going to have to pop out early. Bit more foundation here, and I guess I'll just do like a quarter pipe here. There's not really much else I can do. I'm probably going to fill this in as well with a ledge, as a little ledge here, because I like that it's more of a curve than a ledge, I suppose. I can just have that in here like this, and it looks pretty good. Okay, yeah, so now it's got kind of like a little slants on both sides, so it's pretty nice. For this section, I'll probably add like some sort of kind of little mini ramp or something. Just one there like that, and then turn it around, and then have one here like this. Add a couple, and then the pole's in the way, but it just, whatever. A bit of a wide mini ramp, but it works. And then just because I just can't leave it like looking messy, I need to clean it up to some extent. And then even line a few of them up along here. And then just stick a little something in here. Just put that there, just again, to tidy up a little bit. You know what? I think I'm finished with this top section. I think this is enough. It looks pretty sick, and I don't know how well it's gonna skate, but from an aesthetic point of view, I think it actually looks really cool. But honestly, right now, I just want to skate it, so let's just get into it. We gotta hit the stair set. Alright, nice big hard flip down it. Let's just see what that looks like. Damn, that is insane looking. That works so well. Hard flip into this. Frontside big. Oh yeah, that works. Oh man, that was nice. Oh, sweet. Kickflip back 50 into it. Nose blunt. Into the transition. Alright, now let's try and get something into the quarter pipe. There we go. Nice. Alright, let's get something on the handrail though. We got this little bit here. Oh, that works like a charm, man. I love this extra little like level here. It just works well. Nice. I think we should be able to just like right on grind the ledge. Yep. Nice front Smith. Gap over the rail. Man, I actually love how well this skates. I'm really happy with how it turned out. What if we add a flip into it? Or a shove? That's even better. Man, I do really like the way this is kind of its own little section. I just think it looks really cool. Yeah, this whole section itself is kind of... There's not too much you can do. There is a little bit of a stair set there, I suppose. But, yeah, I feel like this little section could maybe use some work. But it's more just kind of more setup to hit this gap, I suppose. Just a big spin. Yeah, that was sick. Whoa, that was a weird landing on that, or a weird catch. Nice slow tray flip. But I think it's actually time now that we skate this a little bit more, the A-frame section that we built, because I haven't really got a whole lot of tricks in this. Tray flip nose slide. That's pretty nice. Nice hard flip back tail. Okay, I think that's probably going to be the coolest clip I'm going to get here, so I'm going to end on that one. If you guys want to see me add to this park more, I think that would be really cool to do in another video. Just like continue to kind of add. I can probably do more to this section, and there's definitely a few little additions I can do. Or if you guys want me to do a series of kind of building these custom parks on various rooftops and kind of cool confined spaces, because I definitely like working to smaller space like this. I think we can get more creative. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more of this. It's really fun. But thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.